Assalamualaikum and good day, so FAIRISH. My name is Puteri Syahidah binti HUSSIEN. This is my ID number. First, let me introduce to you my group assignment members, which is the first is BALQIS binti MAZLAN, Syahidah Aqila binti Sabri, LUQMAN bin JAMAL, and the last one is NANTHINI, daughter of MOORTHI. Alright, without further ado, I will present to you our assignment results. The first is introduction of our assignment, which is background of research. It's about students from Management and Science University MSU conducted a mini research of 4 subjects: English, academic arrangement, which needs the student to create a survey for a chosen topic. And our topic is about river pollution. So, what is definition of pollution? Pollution is the introduction of harmful material into the environment. Pollutant can be natural, such as volcanic ash. They can also be created by human activity, such as trash and runoff produced by factories. And of course, the pollutant will damage the quality of our rivers. The third is the objective of our research. The objective of our mini research is to study why the pollution always increasing in our country. What is the reason of the pollution? How can we make our river be healthy again? And the solution that we can take to prevent the pollution issues. Last but not least, the significance of our research is a study for a student in MSU to know the real situation of our river, and they can compare the Malaysia river with other countries, and they also can take an action to make our river be healthy again. Thank you. So next, BALQIS will present to you the result of our mini research question.
Assalamualaikum. My name is BALQIS binti MAZLAN. So I will explain about research methodology. The methodology used in our mini research is a survey questionnaire. The topic that we choose for our survey questionnaire is river conservation. We created 20 questions, which 5 questions for demographic questions such as full name, age, gender, course, and faculty, and another 15 questions for survey questions. After we create 20 questions, we need to consult with the lecturer to get approval and check all the questions in terms of grammar, spelling, vocabulary, appropriateness of the questions that we want to survey, either related with the topic or not. Then, when the lecturer corrects our questions and approves all the questions, we can proceed to do survey questions in Google Forms. To get 30 respondents, we need to choose respondents among MSU students from different faculty and course. We need to compete to get 30 respondents within 1 week. Next, I will explain discussions part. I will explain question 1, question 2, and question 3 graph. Question 1 is on understanding what is river conservation. Graph 1 shows the result of the survey of the understanding 30 respondents towards the meaning of river conservation based on their understanding. Based on the graph above, the amount of respondents who choose conserving the river in order to maintain the cleanliness of the river as answer to the question based on your understanding what is river conservation is higher than make sure there will be no people throwing rubbish into the river answer. Conserving the river in order to maintain the cleanliness of the river got 20 response or 67% respondents, which is the highest, and followed by make sure there will be no people throwing rubbish into the river got 4 response or 30% respondents, which is the second highest vote, then preserve the river from being polluted by factories and to make river as an attractive place due to its beautiful scenery. Next, 2 answer got 3 response or 10% of respondents choose to answer preserve the river from being polluted by factories and to make river as an attractive place due its river beautiful scenery. As a conclusion, a majority of respondents understand the meaning of river conservation, and for them, river conservation is conserving the river in order to maintain the cleanliness of the river. Second question, do you feel public responsibility towards river is enough? Graph 2 shows 30 respondents' opinion and public responsibility towards the river. Is it enough, or no, or maybe? Answer that got the highest vote from respondents is no, followed by yes, which is the second highest, then maybe. No managed to collect 17 response or 57% respondents, which means the public responsibility towards the river is still not enough and not satisfied. Next, yes managed to collect 9 response or 30% respondents, which means certain respondents feel public responsibility towards the river is enough. After that, maybe got 4 response or 30% respondents, which means a few respondents are not sure either the public responsibility towards the river is enough or not. That's why they choose to answer maybe rather than yes and not and no. In conclusion, the highest vote from respondents is no because they feel not satisfied with public responsibility towards the river, and the lowest is maybe because the respondents are not confident about the public responsibility toward the river is enough or not. Question 3. Do you think our river is clean enough? Graph 3 above shows the result of respondents' opinion towards the question, do you think our river is clean enough? Based on the graph above, we can see the highest vote answer is no and followed by maybe, the second highest vote then yes. The amount of no holds 23 response, which shows respondents not agreed that our river is clean enough, and maybe holds 5 response, which shows respondents not sure our river is clean enough or not. That's why they choose maybe rather than yes or no. The lowest response is yes, holds 2 response, which shows respondents agreed our river is clean enough. Only 2 response choose to give positive answers about our river cleanliness. Overall, the higher response is no, which 23 respondents vote, and the lowest response is yes, which is 2 response vote.
Assalamualaikum and good day, Sir FAIRISH. My name is LUQMAN bin Abdul Jamal and my ID is 0120200711407. According to question number 4, which is, should government introduce subject on river conservation in schools? It has shown a huge and significant difference between the answer of yes and no. 22 students out of 30 students have answered yes. This is because they agree that they want this knowledge to be implemented to children in their early age. This is important because when children have the knowledge, they can know on what to and what not to do to our river. Furthermore, in the long run, this can benefit their children as well. There was nobody who answered no, and 8 of them answered maybe. This clearly shows how our society is aware towards river conservation. The younger generation play a very important role in making sure our river is being taken care, because they are the future leader. That is why it is very important for the government to introduce river conservation subjects, especially for the younger generation. For the 5th question, which is, should fines for river polluters be increased, has shown that majority of students have concurred with the statement. Out of 30 respondents, 24 of them has said yes. This is because they are very aware that the fine for river polluters are not that high. And because the fine are not that high, people will do more damage to the river. And so they have come to a solution where the fine should be increased, so the number of river polluters will be decreased. When the fines are being increased, people will start to look at river polluting as a serious crime. Therefore, people will be scared to perform any river pollution. However, there are 3 students that answered no and another 3 students who answered maybe. They might find that the current fines are sufficient enough, and so they don't think that it is worthy to bring this issue into the parliament too. To conclude, majority of the respondents are agreed to increase the fine for river polluters. For the 6th question, which is, currently, the minimum fine for river polluting is Rm200,000. Do you think the government should increase the fine? Half of the respondents have answered yes. However, 3 of the respondents answered no, and 12 of them have answered maybe, according to the statement. For them, the amount of Rm200,000 is already high enough. They might feel that what if the person has thrown a rubbish unintentionally and then receive 200,000, they might feel like that is not fair for them. That is why they have answered no or maybe. Half of the respondents have answered yes and agree for the government to increase the fine for the river polluters. They feel that 200,000 is not enough, and basically people who polluted the river usually come from factories, big companies and huge firms. So they feel 200,000 is the way to punish these big companies. That is why the fine should be higher than 200,000 ringgit. This can lead to the decrease in the amount of people who pollute the river.
Hello sir, my name is NANTHINI. I am BIP student. So today I am going to explain about question 7, question 8 and question 9. So first of all, let's look at question 7 first. Question 7 is about, do you agree that the cost of conversing the river is very high? Most of the respondents are answered yes. This is because they think that they really need high cost to buy the minerals and also to pay the labors too, because to clean the river we really need high cost. That's the reason why they said yes. And those who are stated no and baby, this type of people, they think that according to nowadays, we can buy a net in low cost to catch the rubbish. As you can see in US, they are using nets to catch the rubbish by the drain. So that's the reason why they stated no and maybe. And this is about question 7. So now let's look at question 8. Question 8 is about, have you ever participated in activities or involving in river conservation? As for this question, most of the respondents are answered no. This is because the respondents or the students, they didn't have time to participate in activities such as river conservation. This is because they have a lot of assignments and also the homeworks to do. That's the reason to why they can't join. So those who are answered yes, these people are really more concerned about nature. They are not only more concerned about the nature and also humans' lives as well. And this third is those who are answered maybe. This type of people, maybe they did in their childhood life. That's the reason why they don't remember at all what they did in their childhood lives. So that's about question 8. Alright, now question 9. This question 9 is about, will river pollution affect our life? Okay, 99% of the students, they are answered yes to this question. This is because they really know that by the water we can get protein and also mineral sources. Imagine if the river is not clean, means where we will get the protein and also the mineral sources. So that's the reason why they stated yes. And these other students also, they are answered not sure. This type of people, they think that the river, if the river is polluted, means definitely it won't affect humans' life, because if river affected, it will affecting the sea or other lakes. It's not affecting humans' life. But according to me, it really will affect humans' life too. Imagine if the, as I said previously, if the sources like protein, if we didn't get this, the human's life will be, the human's health will be weak. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, Sir FAIRISH. My name is Syahidah Aqila Sabri and I'll be continuing with question 10, 11 and 12. For question 10, the question is, in your opinion, what is the cause of river pollution? In a total of 30 students, there were 19 students answered all of the above, which shows that sewage, waste of water and littering were the main cause of river pollution. So we can tell that they are actually agreeing to the statement. But however, other than that, there were 6 of them answered littering, 3 of them answered wastewater, and 2 of them answered sewage, as it clearly shows that how our society is actually aware of these acts. Therefore, by deploying sewage into the river, waste of water, and littering are the 3 main causes of river pollution. Next, for question 11, the question is, what is the appropriate action if you see people dumping toxic wastes into river? So based on our observations, majority of them answered report to the authorities and 4 of them answered help to get rid of the toxic waste. This clearly shows that the students were aware as they took precautions on taking good care of the river environment. It is actually good for us to know that most of their answers were actually on the positive sides. However, there were none that answered shout for help, and there is 1 student who answered do not care to the statement above. Some individuals might think that these acts of awareness meant nothing to them and the society. To conclude, the responses received from the respondents does really care about river environment and has a great appropriate action, as they prefer to report the act to the authority whenever they see people dumping toxic waste into river. Next is question 12. The question is, in your judgment, what is the factors that cause threats towards aquatic life? So based on this question, they might have a different opinion, but most of them agreed to the statement. Majority of them answered garbage disposal in the river. This shows their opinion on the factors that cause threats towards aquatic life. However, there were 3 students answered a rapid river flow, and another 3 students answered soil pollution to the statement above. Different people have different opinions. It is okay to accept and respect all of them. Opinions are not facts. Nothing is wrong and nothing is right. In brief, the responses received from the respondents are highly suggesting and saying that garbage disposal in rivers were the main factors that could cause threats to aquatic lives.
Hi sir, so it's back to me. So I will present to you the last 3 questions of our survey, which is the 13th question. In your opinion, what is the most suitable step to deal with the water pollution? We can see that in the chart. The first highest percentage is river cleanup campaign, which is 46% or 14 students choose these steps. By using this step, I believe human will get better understanding about the importance of our rivers and appreciate the value of them. Because they experience itself the hardest part when they are cleaning our rivers. The second highest step is do not throw the rubbish into the river, which is 40% or 12 students believe this step is the most suitable to deal with the water pollution. It is because taking responsibility for our own trash, we already a step in the right direction. I believe by taking responsibility of our own trash, we gain many good things, rather than we start to deal with the pollution, which means we prevent it before it already happened. While for donate funds to responsible NGOs and treat waste sewage, our board gets 7%, which is 2 respondents choose these steps. It is because NGOs can be one of the most effective media to reach the people this day. They play a significant role in environment protection. For example, they create awareness among the public on current environment issue and solutions. And the last is treatment waste sewage. The reason that I can see is because the contaminants in the sewage that can cause illness are filtered and removed during the wastewater treatment process. And the 14th question is, in your honest opinion, what will you rate our rivers? This chart shows that 15%, which is 50 respondents, answer that national rivers rate are in a bad situation, while 1 respondent choose our river are in a very bad situation. After I doing some research, I found out that it has been reported that average of 2,200 tons of rubbish are collected every month from the trash traps installed in river across our country. Despite the recent river restoration attempts, our river remain highly polluted, resulting in the extinction of aquatic and marine species, the destruction of our living environment, and a slew of other issues. The last is the rates for good and very good is 30% and 17%, which is 9 respondent rate that our river are in good situation, while 5 respondents choose very good. I believe it because of the Movement Control Order (MCO), which has been in effect since March 18, 2020. So, to prevent the spread of corona, Malaysia government decided to control the COVID-19 outbreak by the MCO, and it has been turned out to be blazing and disguised for the ecosystem in our country. Why? It's because many rivers were reported much cleaner and clearer than before. Last but not least from me, the 15th question, which is based on your observation, which one of these given is the main reason river being polluted? This chart shows that 77%, which is 23 respondents, choose factories is the main reason why river being polluted. And I also believe that this is the main reason. Why? It's because there are lots of factories in Malaysia, so obviously will affect our river. And it also because of the water contamination is caused by wastewater from industrial and or chemical processes in industry. The second reason is because of household. It shows that 30%, which is 4 of respondents, answer this option. It's because garbage and untreated sewage. It is because mostly of garbage in our rivers is from plastic and also urban sewage that discharge into the rivers. The third reason is because the restaurant. The reason is because disposal food from the restaurant will end up in landfills and incinerators can affecting the river's water quality. Lastly is because of tourism. If the number of tourists in Malaysia are increased, so it definitely will also increase the trash in our country. That's all from me, sir. So next, Nantini will explain about the suggestion that we can give to you to prevent the river pollution issue.
Now I'm going to give the suggestion to prevent river pollution. Alright, the first point is students can use reusable things. For example, reusable containers can use to pack your lunch before you come to MSU. So the second point is the students also can have to do recycling with the waste things. As you can see in the social medias, we can see the lots of pupils nowadays, they are using the empty bottle to do gardening. So as for the students, they also can do the gardening by using the empty water bottle, especially those who are living in the apartments. Alright. The third point is the students also can do activities such as clean drain. Alright. For example, in university life, you have to do a lot of social activities. So the students also can invite their friends or MSU students to clean the drain. So I hope that the students will have to prevent river pollution. Thank you.
Last but not least, the conclusion. So through all the observation and analysis that we have made for this assignment, we realize that by having a river in our community and society is actually important. Rivers are the immense importance geologically, biologically, historically, and culturally, as it plays an important role in our daily lives. And not to forget that rivers are also the backbone of human civilization. It provides us with fresh water, which is actually helpful for various purposes, such as drinking, cleaning, washing, and many more. Besides, based on geological facts, river also plays an important part in water cycle as well, as they carry rainwater back to the sea. And do you know that a river drains nearly 75% of the Earth's land surface, which is actually one of the reasons why the Earth ground could still maintain solid until now. River is a part of nature. Nature holds the key to aesthetic, intellectual, cognitive, and even spiritual satisfaction. You know, you may not force people to care about our nature environment, but if you encourage them to connect with it, they just might. Last words from us, remember to always care and learn to appreciate the nature surround us. So that's it from us, FAIRISH. Hope you enjoy, and we're sorry as if there's anything that you dislike or disagree during our explanations in the video. Regarding our individual marks, it's all on you, sir. Thank you so much, and Assalamualaikum.